Back in Week 7, the Cardinals dominated their first matchup against the 49ers. Can San Francisco avoid the sweep? Find out next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin alongside my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, our quarterback matchup here, it's a good one. Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow.
And you're talking about two young quarterbacks with exceptional skill sets that we believe are ascending. I think that each is on a path where they may be headed towards All-Pro, maybe even MVP status.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Now it's Wilson. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdown passes.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, so I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
Throwing again on second down. Murray throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly, but they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 6 catches, 76 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be #1 in everything they do, but he's #2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
On first down, Bacon, and he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 41, Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow completes it to Samuel. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Rolling to his right. He hits Adams complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And Burrow going to throw again. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Touchdown! Dallas Goddard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The return man, Wilson. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 11. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Right back to him on 1st down. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 8 more yards this time, coming off back-to-back first down pickups. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And this one's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Devontae Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Here's Murray. His pass caught at the 4. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Throwing again, Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cards are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So that drive, 4 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
It don't matter. It's okay.
Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 19. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And Gold is able to put it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Bears who have the lead. David Montgomery, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Deshaun Watson on fire. 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Mike Davis, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cardinals. And despite the...
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Burrow's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter, just a 3-point game. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That is caught, it's the tight end Goddard. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Burrow will throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Dallas Goedert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Now it's Wilson. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and inches, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On the option to give to Sermon here. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Murray now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Burrow on play action. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. Touchdown, 49ers. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers could be on their way to 7-1 as they add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it. Sermon. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running, because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. That is caught. Josh Reynolds. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Let's go.
Josh Reynolds. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive that time of 6 plays. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go play action with Burrow. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd and 10, Murray. They're looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play.
Touchdown! Davante Adams. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 1st down, Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Murray to air it out again. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Play action. It's Burrow. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth. And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it? And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.